begins? We will find out.
Yeah. We sure will, and they are underway. Why do they only have one bed? All right. Well, that's a nice boring start for once. Big 20 in the Zelda or in the Link chest. So.
Yep. Let's see what our uncle decides to bless the seed with. We had Burna Cane for our game 1 weapon. Let's see what we have in store for game 2.
Yeah, probably my least favorite is Burna. Even less so than bombs, to be honest.
Well, how about another one for you?
Oh man.
Yeah, Burna does definitely, it's really restrictive. You don't get a lot of farming opportunities, especially when you don't kill a green guard. But who needs that when you get 8 bombs from your first drop from SevenS1ns?
And it was the second drop, if I'm not mistaken, which means both. No, I guess it must have somehow swapped. I thought we were going to see 8 bomb, back to back. But in any event, they both got it. So that makes things a lot easier when you're having to deal with Burna.
Well, for Load's sake, I hope he kills enough green guards to get that 8 drop from the green guard drop pool, because otherwise that's going to be a huge advantage for 7 right out of the chute.
Seven already just a little bit of a lead in here, primarily, I guess, just from RNG and movements.
They already got it. Excuse me, I didn't catch that. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got his 8 as well. That was what was strange about it. It looked to me like they got them out of order from each other.
Less than 2 minutes before my first missed call. It's got to be a new personal best.
I will forget about it in 30 seconds. All right, so let's see here. Green guard. Nothing. Not that it really matters. It does kind of give us less to talk about in the escape. Oh, well. Talk about the mushroom in escape, I suppose. That's
potential
intriguing.
fetch quest chicanery here right out of the get-go here, out of the escape sequence.
Yeah, and it's not the fetch quest you want to see. If you get a bottle, for example, that's great. But having to deal with mushroom when you're still wary of yet another Aghanim seed, as game 1 was, never fun. Did SevenS1ns hit? Oh, you did, okay. Just didn't hear the sound. I turned away for a moment. It didn't quite sound like the guard had been hit by the pot. Oh, nice 300 rupees in Zelda's chest there.
Who needs farming when you get 8 bombs and 300 rupees?
I certainly expect both runners just go straight to the Lost Woods on the back of that. They're not going to need to stop by any trees or bush crabs to get more stuff. They've got they've got more resources than you have in about 99% of your seeds at this point.
Addressing the chat, yes, 7 did take part in the Swiss phase, going 5 and 2, if I'm recalling correctly.
Yep, do believe so. Both runners, 5 and 2.
One of the 116 qualifying out of the Swiss phase, getting out of that meat grinder of a tournament phase. Oof.
Certainly was. You know it well. Some very nervy moments for a lot of runners, many of whom had the opportunity to move on. You know, it would have been in the 200s, but only a little over 100 able to make the cut.
All right, so SevenS1ns entering the sewers just a few seconds ahead of Load here. I do believe we're still looking for the map, so that's something to keep a lookout here.
It's a good point, and it's one that's easily forgotten. It's not a big time save or anything to realize that the Sanctuary chest is the map, but it never hurts. Another $50, my goodness. SevenS1ns farming for some reason. He's barely got enough magic left. He's going to have to be really careful now.
Absolutely.
Whereas he had a cushion before. Okay, he's got it. Yeah. He even gets a bonus bomb.
Another question in the chat. The lamp is provided in the initial escape sequence, but after this, the lamp will, the lack of lamp will take effect for every dark room from here on out.
Yeah, I think the idea, as we find the map there, is Zelda's got one. Whether that actually makes sense, that's just the idea. And otherwise, you'd be forced into a dark room unless there was a lamp at the beginning of the game every single time, which kind of kills the point of Randomizer. So it's easier to just give a light cone here, and then if you go into a dark room subsequently, that's when you'll find you don't see anything. Well, almost nothing. All right, so SevenS1ns through the door right around 6 minutes, nicely done, and finds a piece of heart in the sanctuary chest. LoaDPille right behind. And, well, looks like SevenS1ns is going to go ahead and go up toward Lumberjack Cave. Meanwhile, LoaDPille is not. It's going to save some time. Or no, he's going around too. So I'm surprised, honestly. I thought this would be one that they would like to just go straight to the Lost Woods with.
Maybe game one being an Agaseed is influencing this. It's hard to say as we see it's a hard pull from the first tree pull here for our runners here. SevenS1ns revealing more money on the Lumberjack ledge.
Everywhere. Yeah, that Aghanim issue is a good point, CD. I don't know. I still just I feel like it was a perfect opportunity to save you a little bit of time, save yourself a little bit of time. But both runners making the same choice, so a net zip difference between them.
Heart container in the mushroom spot, which SevenS1ns will gladly pick up as his first health upgrade.
Always nice.
And top it off with another quarter of a heart at some point.
Wow.
So yeah, I heard you like bombs, so here's all the bombs in the world.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Here's some bombs in your bombs, and a tree full of bombs.
Oh, you can only carry 10? Well, you know, whatever.
Yeah, of course, not had an upgrade yet. You never get the upgrades when you actually want them. They're always just trash items.
So SevenS1ns first into Blind's hideout here. Let's see what we have in this set of 5 items coming right up.
Yeah.
There you go.
I totally called that. Hey, there we go. Well, no shortage of weaponry so far. And I'm sure, well, hey, runners are going to love this after being forced into Aghanim really quite late. As long as the Moon Pearl isn't on the pyramid, they're good to go. No Aghanim this time.
That's 2 of the 3 elements of Dark World access, all in one convenient spot. So let's see what we have in the well for SevenS1ns as LoaDPille collecting the very same set just moments ago. There's some more capacity upgrades for your pleasure.
And health capacity upgrade. Now you need this tree pull. It's just, it never fails.
And 50 rupees to go along with all those additions to their inventory here. And we have from the bottle merchant a 1% refund.
Yeah. Cash value of the bottle as opposed to just getting a bottle. And yeah, they're very nearly to Zora, so even though Dark World access is likely fairly soon, you still might see, you know, a fake flipper. SevenS1ns going to make sure he makes use of these bomb capacity upgrades.
Interesting, he likes to go ahead and spend the 50 rupees being so close to that valued 500 mark, but there's your moon pearl right there in the tavern. Holy
wow. Kakariko Dark World access. SevenS1ns making the decision to just continue, and so is LoaDPille.
Let's see what we have sitting on the shelf for this race.
What do you think, CD? Maybe if they had the fire rod in their possession, they might think about just hopping into the Dark World already?
Ooh, I didn't even consider that. That would be a curious move. Yeah, and there's 20 rupees there at the race. And yeah, that is a fascinating thought. Wow.
Then again, they've not got the sword to get to the back of Skullwood, so they still need to find something. But okay, so and we've got a red pendant at Eastern, but the other two are normal crystals.
So we have 2 pendants and 2 red crystals in the Dark World. Looks like we're going to see standard routing here at following Kakariko here. Going to go to the south side here, see what our 2 dam locations, presumably followed by Mini Moldorm Cave.
And they do have the Moon Pearl now for fake flippering if they want to go there. It's not as attractive of a play, of course, anymore, but that doesn't mean it might not happen.
And depending on the rupees that are provided in the next few locations, that bomb purchase may impact whether that is the play for SevenS1ns at least, for sure.
Yeah. LoaDPille a little low on bombs. Of course, now SevenS1ns can pick up 20 more. But yeah, that's a very good point. If LoaDPille grabs this, which he does, he's 3 away. Oof, trolling enemies right now, and SevenS1ns has got to be real careful with those crabs hanging out. All right. Makes it through. He's going to have to continue to be careful because he doesn't have any magic. And Mini Moldorms do 1 full heart, and then if they knock you off, you're going to take another heart. So he's just playing it safe with these extra bombs he's got. Nicely done. LoaDPille doing the same and found some bombs in the drop, so...
Well, there goes the money element right there. Yeah. 320 rupees, the first sword, and a piece of heart in the Mini Moldorm Cave.
Man.
This seat is just bursting with cash.
It is. Now, I'm curious. It looks like SevenS1ns. Oh, no. Maybe he's going to go up to... Yeah, he's going to go up and hit the portal while LoaDPille decides, I've got Dark World access, but you know what? Nice 8 bomb drop again. You know what? I'm just going to check this Ice Rod Cave because who knows? Maybe I'll find the Ice Rod here.
So first major route divergence here, 13.5 minutes in here. LoaDPille heading towards Ice Rod Cave and a potential fake flipper perhaps afterwards. SevenS1ns making a dive for Hype Cave and beyond here in the Dark World.
All right. Thieves Town, Swamp Palace are your pyramid crystals.
Green pendant at Ice Palace, with Misery Mire, your other pendant for the seed.
Yeah, an interesting mix. And I just missed what LoaDPille picked up.
Likewise, I'm afraid. Hopefully Check can bail us out. Meanwhile, Hype Cave, hey!
Not Hype, followed by... Not Hype. Not Hype. A bottle is something, and not Hype, so...
Well, we unlocked one whole location, with the sick kid now being live.
And LoaDPille is fake flippering.
Yes, indeed, and apparently was yet another bomb capacity upgrade in the Ice Rod Cave. So far, advantage SevenS1ns? Question mark. Anyways, we're going to see LoaDPille now head towards the Zora portal here.
Skipping Hobo, which is an interesting decision always, I think. Woody or Stumpy, whichever way you like to call him, with the full heart. And I guess we'll get a digging game and then a save and quit. Unless it's a Titan's Mitts. More money. My goodness.
More problems for LoaDPille getting that money, and we'll be going right for Zora now and still in the fake flipper state.
And a little information for what it's worth. And that's not much. LoaDPille taking a bit of a circuitous route to get over to Zora, and hey, it's rupees. I can't believe it.
Surely we got to run out of these drops at some point, right? I mean, goodness. Okay,
well, there's some.
There's a nickel from Zora, a nice, yet another 1% refund from these purchases.
Man, I'm telling you. All right, so LoaDPille deciding he's going to check Hype Cave now.
It looks like SevenS1ns is heading for the Village of Outcasts at this point in time. Going to take the long way around, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Oh, no, going to check Sick Kid first, yes.
Yeah, good move. Doesn't have the mirror yet, otherwise that would be a mirrorable type of routing choice. Getting LoaDPille's map check meanwhile. Oh, man. What a guy.
Man. Not much allowance for the Sick Kid. Man, got to feel for the poor kid. So with that huge bounty collected, SevenS1ns is on his way now to the portal just north of Kakariko to access Village of Outcasts.
Be interested if he goes north into Skull Woods before dropping down. Just to have a look.
Looks like Load is going to be following in 7 steps here, doing the similar southwest check of Stumpy and the digging game shortly. And we are going to see a Skullwoods dive here from SevenS1ns.
I like it. We've slowed down since we got everything we needed for Dark World access in Kakariko, so why not? Check a couple. It's a double dip, most likely, but why not?
Well, there's the key in the first position. The Skullwoods bounce house will not need to be visited today.
Always nice. Oh my.
And there is a fire rod in Skullwoods. So, yeah, I think this dive was pretty well timed.
That is crazy. That's another turning point already. We're not even 20 minutes in.
And there's item 2. So Skullwoods outside of Motula is done for SevenS1ns.
It's just going to be, it's going to come down to, do I want to do this fight yet? He's got both items. I'm not sure I would. Yes, it does prevent you from having to ever come back this way, but this is tough.
Yeah, and he's going to need to get a magic drop at some point, I would have to assume, but no, going right by the guaranteed one north of here.
Yeah, skip the big jar. So yeah, this is going to be dicey.
This is very, I don't want to say ambitious. That implies that he can't do it, but there's a lot of confidence from SevenS1ns to pull it. Take a hit. He did not want to take a hit right there from that enemy in the overworld there.
Exactly. We'll probably see him wander through the pitfall room to the north here, so you can pick up some hearts and some magic in it. And yeah, in fact, he got a magic drop. That's a bonus. That's critical
right now for SevenS1ns. Load echoing SevenS1ns routing almost to a T right now.
Yeah,
getting
so
that 1 rupee. Let's see where he goes from here. I'd imagine the Dark World. Let's see if he echoes the Skullwoods play or not here as SevenS1ns enters the Hellway of Skullwoods.
And he found another magic pot drop from one of the jellies, but now he's running out of time. Hurry. All right, he makes it. Yeah, that was right behind his entrance. And he's still got to use some more magic on this Gibdo to get the key.
This fight is going to be a tall order for SevenS1ns, and with just 6 hearts to work with here, Fighter Sword Moth, you have 2 Fire Rod shots. You do have the hammer though, so we may be seeing the hammer get employed here to great effect for SevenS1ns. Here we go.
Got that Fire Rod hit in, even though it knocked Mothula into the spikes. That's happened sometimes. There's another shot that I don't think counted.
I wouldn't think so either here, and that's it for the Fire Rod for 7.
And he's already down to 2 hearts. Oof.
1 hit from Mothula itself will seal his doom. 2 hits from the spikes.
Yep, Mothula's beams as well. Nice dodging here. That damage didn't count. The damage is canceled if Mothula touches spikes in the process. Makes this fight even more irritating.
Sliding floor, sliding spikes, Mothula shooting at you. You got a lot on your mind here.
Oh boy! Still hanging on. Gotta be only a couple hits left. Being patient, and that's what you have to do in this kind of situation.
Very much so. Gotta be very careful. You gotta know your spacing. Got bounced off the spikes right onto SevenS1ns, and that is an unfortunate death after going so long and doing so well in that fight. That only exacerbates the time loss.
LoaDPille, meanwhile, choosing not to go back. And SevenS1ns going to give it another shot, but
with even lesser magic than before.
Yeah, may not even be able to get in. Excuse me. So this will be... Oh, what a drop.
Okay, well, that's what I get. Meanwhile, LoaDPille is starting Village of Outcasts, getting a piece of heart out of the chess game.
Yeah, got to keep an eye on that now. Yeah, that's not a good move, trying to deal with a Moldorm. And using magic on enemies, really... You need that damage on Mothula.
I think he's just trying to farm for as much health as he possibly can at this point. Now, I don't know if it's wise to expend magic for that, but that's the decision Seven has decided to go for here. And
there's a heart in the corner.
Yes.
And then we've got 1 magic pot again before he falls, but he's in even more dire straits than before, and he's not going to take the magic either. Maybe switch to hammer strats. Yeah.
Meanwhile, 50 rupees in the sea house for Load.
All right. Yep. There we go. It's tough on the angles, but it only takes a couple hits. 4 to be exact. Oh, and
that's
was just on a beeline.
Took a couple hits from Mothula trying to get the hammers in, and that sealed it for round 2. And it looks like SevenS1ns is deciding to not give it a third time as the charm and just going to resign to come back later.
Yeah, you hate to see that. But, and especially after really a great effort on the first go.
Absolutely. That was, I don't know exactly how many hits he was, but it couldn't have been many.
You can't tell, really, in the end, but it had to be close. So, man, what a bummer.
He did still get the Fire Rod early, and depending on it, we'll have to see if Load decides to dip into Skull after this Thieves Town check now. But that is going to be to it. Now I'm not sure. Oh, is 7-7 is going to get the magic and go right back?
I hope not. I honestly do. I wonder if he's lost count of his items. Because he did check the chest for some reason. Gonna take a death and go back to the front, which is fine. Yep, there's your Wallmaster. Okay. Well, that works too. Maybe just wanted full magic.
We would warp right back to this okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, heading out. So yeah, has full magic, I guess. It's not the most useful thing in Thieves Town, but if you're going to go somewhere else.
Meanwhile, Load and approaching the this hellway of
Yeah.
Thieves Town, and it's living up to its name thus far for Load.
Yeah, nice job getting through that, to be honest.
Absolutely.
What do we have on Bumper Cave today? Just a piece of heart.
Oh, not 300 rupees? I'm shocked.
It's true.
Let's see if we get another full... Nope, okay, SevenS1ns heading right back to Village of Outcasts at this point. Possibly going into Hit Thieves Town for him.
Yeah, chat pointing out SevenS1ns will have full magic now for blind, and they have the Cane of Burna. Nice safety to have, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. SevenS1ns prepping to enter Thieves Town upon doing the chess game here, which gets that piece of heart. Unfortunately, not a health refill, but well on his way to one.
So far, if I'm not mistaken, Thieves Town been a complete bust, although it is one of the pyramid crystals, so it has a little bonus value. Yeah, just another piece of heart now.
I haven't been keeping too much track to know if the big chest has an item. Apparently not, as LoaDPille is going right past it. So we must be at far. Oh, nope, now turning around.
I thought I had seen a dungeon item, so I'm glad he's going back to check. SevenS1ns down to 2 again. It can't be overstated that green mail in these places is tough.
And there's 10 arrows in the big key chest for Load. So that will that should take care of it here, all except for blind at this point for Load. And yeah, like bulls to the color red, Dark World enemies to the color green are yeah, it is and yeah, the game definitely was designed for you to have a lot more health in the Dark World
Exactly.
in this part of the game. And yeah, any damage from these enemies will sting with just the green tunic.
Let's see if LoaDPille can stay on script here with blind. It certainly makes the fight significantly easier. So far, so good. Oh, blind cut the wrong way, but it's still fine. No damage taken so far, and 2/3 of the way there. Just going to cheese the rest, and why not?
Take your free, take that free win and go for it. Absolutely. Thieves Town complete for Load, getting the map as a congratulatory item for defeating blind, and a red crystal, one of the two. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns down was at 2, now at 1. So if the crawlies up here weren't going to kill him before, they certainly are now with 1 hit.
And of course, that one went that way. It's just, ooh, and that was close too. My goodness. Okay.
Load heading eastward towards Sahasrara and Eastern Palace, and yes, let's keep an eye on SevenS1ns. Oof, oof.
Goodness. And now what? It's like, yeah, what do I even do? Yeah, Burna seems fair. It does keep draining magic even while you're sitting there in a chest opening animation, so not great, but he'll still have a fair bit to use on blind if he needs it.
Let's see what Sahasrara has in what skeletons he has in his closet. We have a piece of heart, the lamp, and 20 rupees.
Now that lantern is interestingly placed, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. That certainly brings at least one location in logic right now for in Eastern Palace. And we'll see if, assuming the bow is not in there, which it's very well could, then we'll see. Looks like Load is going to go ahead and take the hint and go right for it. And meanwhile, SevenS1ns needing to be very careful here. Ooh!
Man. And I was hoping for his sake that was a multiple of 4 piece of heart, but it wasn't. So no health upgrade forthcoming.
SevenS1ns just walking a tightrope here.
Oh gosh. It seems like the RNG is just trolling the heck out of him. Every enemy that can come at him, aim at him, whatever, is making sure to do so.
And first item in Eastern, we have the map for Load. So that's not one of the three we're looking for here, but Load is going to carry on here towards the rest of Eastern Palace. Meanwhile, we're about to see the blind fight here from SevenS1ns. And did he pick up that hard previously?
No, well, maybe he did. But
oh, the bomb didn't go.
He never.
He did, but I think he missed it.
Oh wow.
Well, I did notice it was a little high. I didn't see it as I was too focused on him like not dying to the lizards, but
exactly. And apparently he was too.
Understandably so, man. But now he's just going to have to go right back to him.
That is brutal.
Well, if Seven wasn't tilted before, he sure is now. And great recognition here to cut that corner there.
Yep, nice move. You've already switched the crystals, so of course got trolled by the enemies anyway. But man, that is just so frustrating. Oh man.
And once again, he is one touch away from these enemies before taking a very untimely death here. Meanwhile, Load progressing through, getting the big key in that second location, which will allow him to check the big chest, which is an air capacity upgrade. And there, takes the bomb and blows it up, and probably took that death intentionally, I would have to imagine at this point.
Maybe, because you still have to go back down to the basement. The maiden doesn't follow you upstairs because there's sun up there. So he was gonna have to walk back down to the bottom anyway. I mean, I can see the logic in this. He knows he's got all the items. The problem is potentially if the pyramid comes into play. If we find the hookshot and mirror soon, and then pyramid has, say, Cane of Samaria or something like that.
Meanwhile, SevenS1ns getting silver arrows as a little bit of consolation for this sequence here out of the bar in the Village of Outcasts here. And meanwhile, Load, I didn't see the final item of Eastern, but is now moving on, while SevenS1ns is, I thought he was going to go towards Eastern, but looks like heading up to turn in the mushroom.
I think this is a great play. He knows he needs to be a little bit gambly here. LoaDPille incidentally picked up just a piece of heart in the back chest. So nothing in Eastern. This is a very important juncture, I think. He needs there to be something like hookshot or mirror, boots, anything that leads to some kind of progression, because he is way behind and he knows he is.
With Load picking up that lamp, and it is just 20 rupees, unfortunately, but SevenS1ns going to go ahead and take this opportunity to pick up some potions in the meantime. Load with that lamp now, Death Mountain is in logic, and Load is escorting the old man, and going to probably see what we have on Spectacle Rock, and but without the mirror, that's going to be the long and short of it for this Death Mountain visit.
Well, with one exception, though, and that would be Spike Cave is in logic.
Ooh, yes, indeed. And that's very true.
Also, seeing SevenS1ns pick up potions now, it reminds you that if you've got the hammer, you do have access to a shop in Village of Outcasts that sells red potions. Neither runner opted to dip in there. I think it's easy to forget it's there, easy to forget that it's there. And it may have slipped both of their minds.
Okay, we do have a heart container on Spectacle Rock. Without the mirror, Load wouldn't be able to collect that. There's the Master Sword inside the Spectacle Rock cave. That is a very good find for Load.
Yeah, that's nice. Definitely take the time to grab that. And Load, yeah, just going to go ahead and fall. That bomb jump is tough if you don't know it well.
It's a tough bomb jump and one that a lot of things have to go right for it to be applicable, but it could have been here if Load was eyeing Spike Cave.
Which, if he's continuing, he must be, because he doesn't have anything else to do up here.
It is a very esoteric, I guess, bomb jump, if you will.
That's a good, yeah,
very out there.
It is.
Not very many applications for it, and even if you do, it's you could be me and try to do it in your last race and just fall.
Well, yeah, absolutely. All right, I like the Spike Cave check a lot. Viewers who saw my Game 3 race will certainly understand why I like this play.
And there's Load using every last bit of his health available before applying that Cane of Burn to maximize the remaining magic, and we just get a heart piece.
So we're looking at Pod, Catfish, Pyramid. That's really about all we've got left now.
This could be a Windu Genya seed where Bo is in first chest of Pod, but we'll see about that here in just a little bit here, as Load is going to be accessing this portal here with a potential Pyramid, Pod, Catfish combo here.
You know, what you used to see it a lot more often, I feel like, in recent earlier versions of the logic, was a pod that would be bow locked, but the first chest would have something like the Titan's mitts. I wonder if we're about to see something like that.
That's certainly a possibility here. Load going to go ahead and take a peek at the Pyramid ledge prior to it. If Bo is here or anything of value, then you certainly want to do this before taking the time to wrap around into Pod.
Yeah, it's a good move. Takes a little time. In an ideal world, you'd love to pair this with a Pyramid Fairy check, but it's worth it at this point. Oh, what do you know? 300 more rupees.
Should have known. SevenS1ns getting that heart refill with that piece of heart as the final item out of Eastern Palace, and is going to be moving on here. Let's see where he elects to go here. Starting out at the Sanctuary, potentially heading to Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, I would have liked to see, for his sake, him go straight to Catfish, because he's needing to make plays like this, like he did with the mushroom. He's going to need a play to win this race, most likely, unless LoaDPille has some serious problems in the next hour or so. Grab some bombs, I guess. Nope, except it's the wrong drop. Well, all right, first chest will say it all.
This first chest is anything but a small key. Load will be bow locked and will be unable to progress for any, and his Pod initial foray will be done.
Yeah, and it's just got to be straight to Catfish at that point, I think. There it is.
It is a key, but not the key to progress, so that's going to be it for Load.
Saving and quitting, so yeah, 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, probably, from a time perspective. Just going to go back into the Dark World portal and head to Catfish. So yeah, if SevenS1ns had made the early Catfish play, he would have saved himself some time, that's for sure, especially if it turns out to be something like the mirror. Oh no. Oh yeah, LoaDPille never did the mushroom, so going to do that first. They'd of course love to do these together, but they don't have the mirror yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it would be nice to be able to do both en route to the other, but without the mirror, C does not have that in store here. So Load just going to have to check this one off and likely double back and head to the Dark World corner of this map. And it looks like we are going to see this bomb jump attempt by SevenS1ns, but takes the fall.
Not a big deal since you're doing that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
LoaDPille thinking about it. I wonder if he's forgotten about Catfish for a moment. Looks like he's remembered.
Or he may be now fake flippering to check Hobo.
Well, that's a good point.
Or now he's going to check the desert area now.
Yeah, I guess that's a play too.
It's really a pick your poison, honestly. Which out of the way location do you want to give it a go?
Pretty much. Well, SevenS1ns, I guess he's got his blue bottles, but he certainly doesn't have the magic to get through here. All right, so the ledge has piece of heart again. I'm not sure that. Well, I don't know. It's a check that's easy to say once you see it's a piece of heart. You should have just skipped that because you know you don't have access to it. But if it was something good.
Yeah. Sometimes just IDing can be valuable, but in this case, not so much with just the heart piece, but good to get it out of the way anyway. This LoaDPille is going to check what Agana has in store.
There we go.
That's a good pick of poison from Load, getting that hook shot, and now I foresee a Death Mountain visit. Yes, indeed.
That also gives Tower of Hera access. So, doubling up here, it'll be interesting to see if Catfish ended up having something too. It's unlikely at this point, as many more locations have opened up, but you never know.
Oh god, Ice Rod, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, SevenS1ns going back for revenge now. It's down to 1 blue potion. Gonna start with Skull Woods.
All right, we got a Mothula refight here coming up from 7 with a little bit more, offensive output with the Master Sword and some additional health as well. Quake Medallion in Paradox Cave for Load.
Never mind finding that. Bad luck on the bomb. But boy, are they getting dropped in this seed. Enemies are dropping these bombs everywhere. Well, pretty much Bupkis and the caves, aside from that medallion, so...
I'm trying to set up the bomb jump here. Very nicely executed.
Might be looking at Mirror next. That would push the runners to Swamp Palace for more progression. And let's see what Floating Island's got. Nothing useful.
Okay, we are gonna go to Hera first. Let's make sure Load. Sometimes it's easy to forget Spiral Cave after Hera. I've seen many races this very tournament where that error was the downfall. So that's one thing to keep in mind here for Load, as we get to see a Hera entered now for Load.
All right, Mothula take 2. Master Sword really helps. Some Fire Rod shots help. Master Sword spins are the same as Tempered Sword damage, so if you can pull one of those off, you're really helping yourself. Out of magic now, so gonna have to switch to slashes and spins only.
Map and Big Key found respectively for Load, and down goes Mothula, and with some additional frustration slashes, well deserved.
Yeah.
Towards Mothula's general direction,
to say the least. So he's got that one down, which Load doesn't have, but Load is more than likely going to come back when that fight's a total gimme. SevenS has also lost track of the item count in Skullwoods, which is just going to cost him more time. It's understandable after what happens. And now we have a small key. So LoaDPille looking for the first item, and it's going to be Moldorm in the basement.
And Load, unfortunately, he didn't have boots anyway, so he's going to have to fall at some point anyway. So,
unless he bomb jumped from the beginning.
Yep. I can absolutely understand not even bothering with that bomb jump. It is it is the worst bomb jump to miss, and there's a 2-pixel window, and it's the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's no fun. Obviously, if you have a sword and you're okay at the spin strat on the edges, that helps you, but it's still risky.
Yep, and Load entering Moldorm fight here. Gonna employ Master Sword spin slashes here.
Nice start. And a nice finish. Nice quick one.
Absolutely. Very nicely done here. And we do have the bow. That's bow with silvers as well. That is a huge bounty from Moldorm. And now we'll see if Load decides to go ahead and invest the time in the basement here.
I would think so. So let's see. Yep, and he's 7 now. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's annoyed, obviously. And now he's wondering... Yeah, he's totally lost track of what he did, I think.
Yeah,
It obviously isn't going to be... No, and Load did not go down to the basement, so... And as you mentioned, CD, he also didn't go to Spiral Cave.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what I'm watching here, to be perfectly honest here.
I think he's just upset, and that's totally...
I'm wondering if the fact that these runners have just completed a race before, if that's affecting their recall. I don't know here, but...
I was talking about that with my flatmate before the race. I just said I would never want to do this, especially for a tournament race, because every time I do, I end up thinking about items from the previous race and where their locations were and whether I checked a location. That's undoubtedly messing things up, and SevenS taking an intentional death to get some health back.
Yeah, and I think SevenS1ns, I mean, we obviously don't know what he's thinking, obviously, but I'd have to assume that he's just tilted beyond belief right now over what's been happening over the last 48 minutes, or more like the last 20 minutes or so. But it is completely understandable for him to be completely struggling to cope with what's been going on with the multiple deaths to blind and to, well, not to blind necessarily, but the multiple attempts at these Dark World dungeons. That's just... He's just got to know how much time he's been giving away here, and it's just...
Yeah, gonna find there's no maiden there. He's still got to go get the maiden.
And these are probably scenarios that he's likely never experienced before, I would have to assume.
It's
so
entirely possible. I wonder if he even noticed when he went upstairs that she was no longer following him, and he'd have to go back and get her. So just even more seethe to add on to what's happened so far, having to go and do this.
Meanwhile, with that bow acquired from Moldorm, Load is now going to be able to progress into pod, and that is exactly what he's doing right now, accessing the right side, which was blocked up to this point with the big key being in the first left side chest of pod here. So we will see what we have in pod for Load here coming up.
SevenS continuing to just drop bombs, and viewers will know my affinity with doing that when I'm not feeling terribly happy. It does offer some minor bit of relief, so I'm hoping for his sake it can help him refocus a little bit.
Condolences to his wide button, and there's the magic mirror in the right side of pod for Load.
And I mean, yeah, chat questioning why he went upstairs. This is just so weird. This entire sequence of events is weird. And so he was on automatic processing, I think.
Yeah, that's after a certain point, your muscle memory just takes over, and whenever there's a deviation from that muscle memory, it's just there's a period of time where you just don't know what you're doing.
Love the slash and the bomb of the maiden. He's got to be careful though, because now he's down to 3 hearts again. He will have a full magic bar of Cane of Berna, but if he falls in this fight somehow, I'm not sure he's going to continue. All right, here we go. It's got to be careful. Yeah, okay, he didn't take damage. Oh boy, get that cane out. Okay, should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, he should be fine because he's still got enough magic to last for this entire phase. Yep.
Down goes blind. Not a moment too soon for SevenS1ns. And hey, have a map for your troubles, buddy.
Yep. But another crystal that's got to at least feel somewhat decent. And yeah, heading back over to Pilla, so he did get the mirror like we were talking about might happen. So is Swamp Palace the next place, Edie?
I mean, as much as you'd like to possibly go mode that's certainly what the seed seems to be leading you towards, especially with it being a red crystal as well.
That's it. I mean, the value is just even higher. You're already getting a ton of items out of there. Add 2, so... And SevenS1ns, thankfully, making the Agena play, so gonna find that hook shot. And doing so before the pod pyramid mushroom check. Or catfish check, rather. So that's good. Oh, yeah. Chat rightly pointing out we don't have flippers yet, so...
Oh, that's a very valid point, yes.
Yeah, I've opened that dam about 12 times and not had flippers when I went to jump in the water, so no surprise that I've forgotten it again.
Very Dan Reichert of you. Anyways, that's we have a LoaDPille now going into the dark room maze, and let's see what we have here in the maze. Now we have a heart container to start out with. And there's the hook shot for SevenS1ns from Agena, and Load missing that first bomb. Let's try a second one to get to the big key chest here.
Now I wonder where SevenS1ns is going.
Did he check the ledge?
He did.
I don't... Okay.
Oh. No, that can't be what he's doing. What is he doing?
Maybe a fake flipper? Question. I don't know. I'm struggling here.
Me too. It's kind of looking like that. He never checked Ice Rod Cave.
Oh,
so
okay.
Maybe he's wanting to make plays like we were talking about. That's one that could give him an advantage.
Certainly, indeed. Okay, and taking. Oh gosh, everything that can do 2 hearts of damage is just taking it out on SevenS1ns. The seed.
It really is. You ought to slash those stunned guys and see what they drop, because if it's a heart drop, that's a useful stun.
Absolutely, or even a fairy potentially.
Gosh. Yeah, true. Okay.
No shortage of close calls here from SevenS1ns.
Yeah, good move. And he slashed him, so... Nope, just a single rupee. Yeah. Yeah, he's full on salt mode. Looks like he is going to fake flipper if he's able to get back through these returned crabs. And, you know, Pilla didn't check Hobo. So that could be interesting.
I would make the comment at this point that taking any damage while you're in fake flipper state would lead you to your death, but I think SevenS1ns is pretty familiar with that feeling for the past 20 minutes, so pretty much no change.
Yeah, he'll be extra cautious based on experience. All right, let's see. This is kind of a big deal of a check, because I doubt LoaDPille will be coming back anytime soon. That's good for him.
Just one of 24 pieces of heart from the hobo. Meanwhile, King Homosaur has been felled by a single well-placed arrow from LoaDPille, and let's see what we have. We have the Titan's Mitts for LoaDPille and the Crystal for Pod. That is a huge get for Load. Goodness.
It's also kind of annoying. Like, it's not the one you wanted to see, is it? Because now there's all these places you could go. It's not... The seed had been so linear, and now it's like, well, okay. Do I go back to Village of Outcasts because I can do stuff there now? Or
Looks
do
like
I
Dark World Death Mountain
do Dark World Death Mountain? Yeah, that's a call. But he's not got Cane of Samaria, so even if he wanted to dip into Turtle Rock and it's Quake, he can't. So, you know, it's progression. So not too many complaints, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Here we're going to have SevenS1ns head up to pay his respects to King Zora here.
And King Zora will give 5 respects back.
Mm-hmm.
The beeping has ended.
Load trying to skip over those blocks, just missed it. We'll have to go up and go right back down. Ooh, I thought he nearly got...
He nearly did.
Oh, man. That would have only added to the piles of salt.
More bombs and more rupees.
So we're going to get an ID of the Turtle Rock medallion here right now from Load, and it is Bombos. Meanwhile, Quake being collected by SevenS1ns out of Paradox Cave, while Load's about to see what we have in Hookshot Cave.
There we go.
Hey, now we can talk about Swamp Palace and be and there you go. Okay, and 20 rupees to round it out.
Now, is Pilla gonna mirror and go to Spiral Cave? Yes, he is, maybe. Yeah. No. Oh, he's gonna go to the basement.
Basement, yes, yes, okay. I was about to, that would be great recognition. Now, if he does Spiral Cave after this, that's even more so.
True. But now you almost wonder, because of everything that's opened up, is this really the play I want to be making right now?
It does. It seems pretty gambly here, but maybe just Load wants the peace of mind of knowing that it is or isn't basement at this point.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, maybe so. You gotta be careful.
Oh, coffee break denied. Let's try it again.
That's why I don't like placing a bomb for that, because the timing can get really tough. Hopefully he's high enough up that he won't get clipped downward when he tries to move.
I was gonna mention that it seems close either way.
It is.
Oh, okay, he's out.
Yeah.
I actually figured out a way to get myself stuck in that once, and
Oh, yeah.
it's the worst.
In the corner between the two, yeah. Piece of heart.
Piece of heart and no spiral cave.
Okay, he's leaving holes, and if SevenS1ns goes and checks spiral cave, and it's something, this could be interesting. He's gonna try the bomb jump. Yeah, I think he's got it. Yes, he does.
Don't get knocked. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so now we're getting a Swamp Palace check, aren't we?
Yep, absolutely. Getting heart palpitations from this alone. Oh my goodness. LoaDPille looks like is en route towards a swamp check.
Very nice spin strat there to get through the bumper.
But yeah, SevenS1ns then parlays this into a spiral cave check, and that spiral cave check pays out, then we might actually have some drama here after all. He needs to be very careful. Nearly took the worst fall possible, but avoids it, gives Moldorm some additional explosions, and gets his bow.
Good stuff.
And SevenS1ns debating the basement.
And redebating it.
Okay, let's see what Load gets here in Swamp Palace. For chest number 1 is yet another piece of heart, which SevenS1ns will also be collecting here once he takes his 5. And SevenS is quitting out. Spiral Cave is still a mystery for both of these guys.
Imagine that turns out to be something. What are we thinking for Swamp Palace, CD?
I'm thinking full clear and pray at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we going to find, if anything? Or is it going to be somewhere else?
Bombo seems hilarious, so let's go with that.
Okay, I like it. We'd need to go find the Cane of Samaria somewhere else, but that makes it even more hilarious.
That's fair. And Load saving left side for later at this point, going to go straight for Argus.
We of course have that green pendant ice palace staring at us too, now that we have the Titan's mitts.
And yes, indeed, with hookshot and fire rod, and the hammer. Oh yeah, that's absolutely, that's in there. That's on the potential checklist for sure.
And hey, what do you know? SevenS1ns is down to 2 hearts again. I think he got hit by one of those murder dactyls, and that will drain your health real quick when you have green mail.
I'm sure the first progressive armor these guys find will be very well received. Oh. There's a book, so speaking of hilarity, there's a book for you.
Pendant Desert, or no, it's Eastern that's the pendant, not Desert. I was getting confused. So, Desert now in Logic, which could be something. Oh, man. And then, of course, your tablets, which could mean yet another trip to Death Mountain.
Oh, gosh, Ether Tablet's just asking to have something, isn't it?
It is.
Which actually, that could actually be to their benefit if Spiral Cave is indeed something of consequence.
That's true. At least they both ought to have the mirror by then, so they'll be able to go the short way, but still. So SevenS1ns on his first trip to Palace of Darkness, having obtained the bow first, is gaining a little bit of time back, but the circumstances as they stand still put Load significantly ahead.
With Master Sword, 2 swipes take care of each of these individual puffs, so it's a little bit more of a hassle to take care of Argus at this point, but Load almost on to phase 2 of the fight here.
Probably see silver arrows, I would think. No, he's going to do spins. No, he's going to do silver arrows.
How about both?
Yeah, that works.
There you go. Very nice recovery there. Down goes Argus, and some, what do you know, some more bombs from Argus.
Goodness.
Very nice archery there from Seven, getting those spikes with his arrows on his way.
That was nicely done, wasn't it? Now, did we not have... Was the Sanctuary Heart in Palace of Darkness, or was it somewhere else? Because he could really use that right now.
I want to say it was somewhere else. I remember seeing chat hype for it, but I don't think it was here.
Okay. All right, he's got his mirror, so he'll be thinking about... Maybe
Oh, it was Dark Maze. Okay, no, but he takes the death.
Not the worst place to take it, but it's still just... He's got to be absolutely raging at this game right now.
You think?
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's admirable that he's even pressing on at this point in some respects.
I agree.
Meanwhile, LoaDPille is did a 180 and is heading right for the left side now with Argus cleared.
Because of course.
Mm-hmm.
That extra key doesn't hurt though, so... On his way back up, he's got the mirror. He could hammer yum, but it's not really much of a time saver in Rando when you have the mirror available.
Alright, so back on LoaDPille's side, we do have the flooding done here. It's all about collecting and see what we have here on the left side here for Load. And it does look like we have a hammer yump from SevenS1ns. Very well executed.
Yeah, nicely done. He used nice pause buffering and really got lined up quickly as well.
Hopefully that helps regain any confidence or, you know, something positive at least to go off of here. There's the big key for Load on the left side chest.
Some swag.
And I wasn't keeping track of the item count, but evidently, based on Load's actions here, we do still have an item remaining in the big key chest. So once that's done, we'll finally be able to say goodbye to Swamp for Load.
You just walk over to Desert via the tablet? I kind of think that's what your next move ought to be.
I would tend to agree. And there's another nickel from the big key chest. So there's Swamp. Not a whole lot there.
No. And SevenS1ns deciding to just mess with the helmet beetles, which, you know...
Now,
He's got the boomerang, so why not? He can just walk out.
I may just be. Did we do blacksmiths in that chain yet?
No.
After this, that's where I'm heading to. I think if I'm load.
Yeah, you find nothing in desert. Sure, I mean that makes a lot of sense. Yes, you do have Ice Palace in front of you, but you've got to go do Skull Woods anyway. So why not do them together?
And there's just so much left on the table at this point.
It's true. Alright, we're about to find out if Desert Palace is locked by the boots, because a possible item location is up on a torch that you have to bonk. And the answer is yes, so they are going to have to find the boots. Really should just save and quit now. Yeah. That's what he'll do. So, another wrinkle added, another item for go mode.
I'm sure Load is absolutely thrilled with that discovery. Oh my goodness.
And you've nailed his next move, it would appear.
Maybe King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks first? Oh no, he doesn't have boots. What am I talking about? Good lord. I'm crazy. I've lost my mind.
About them, so, you know. But,
yeah.
But yeah. This makes sense. It's a play that you can pair with something else.
Yeah.
He ought to feel confident on 12 hearts, even with green mail. And so that's where he's going to head. And SevenS1ns, he really needs to look at that Titan's Mitts and say, I'm going to Ice Palace. That's got to be the sort of gamble you need to make to come from behind when you know you're behind.
Yeah, green mail, Master Sword, Ice Palace with
Not
regular
fun.
magic bar. It's not a
Nope.
It's not the first thing you certainly want to do, but that may be the wild and crazy play needed to bring this back to a match right now.
He is starting from the Old Man's Cave, so he's going to do the same Dark World Death Mountain check that Load did. Be curious to see if he checks Spiral Cave. Meanwhile, Load has a few checks of his own.
And your reward for taking all that time hammering the pegs is a blue boomerang.
Lovely. I'm curious to know how Load's feeling right now after the first match, and the pace of this one is slow, even though we know he's ahead. I do wonder what's going through his mind right now.
Well, naturally, the pressure's all on him, having to win 2 in a row here to take this series. So
Yeah.
There's a piece of heart from the blacksmith. So still nothing going for Load. So as this goes more and more, I'm sure Load is just going to feel more and more pressure at this point. He doesn't know what SevenS1ns has or hasn't done at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting that he's grabbing the chest, which he can't bring with him. The Skull Woods, so he's going to go ahead and do the Forest Ledge Cave here with the mirror, which wasn't available before, and just make this a walk.
There's the flippers for SevenS1ns. Now let's see, Spiral Cave, yes or no?
Now he really ought to be thinking about...
Looks like yes.
Oh, it is. And he really ought to be thinking about ice now, because now he's seen flippers too, so it is in logic. It's not just accessible with a fake flipper. This is
Okay.
big.
This is huge. It's going to be a minute, but as soon as he gets there, we're going to find out. Is this a relevant check or not? If it is, that narrows the gap considerably, I would have to assume.
Yeah, and we'll only find out just how much as more and more time ticks. Oh. What fun is that?
I don't know how much a single item pool can drain the life force from you, but that one certainly had a good go at it for sure.
Yeah, sure did. Well, it looks like he's headed to Swamp, so making the conventional play, it's one I think you'd want to make under normal circumstances. Also, I think
Gonna get a pyramid fairy check, it looks like,
Yeah.
from Load.
it's finally going to work that into what his routing was, which is good routing. He's still
Maybe-
left Skull Woods behind, but I mean, he can do that just about any time, so.
Maybe then, did he check Catfish? I don't think he did, right?
I don't believe so. So yeah, we might see both those too. If so, we're then kind of running out of stuff, and ice is looking more and more attractive. Another thing Load didn't do while in the area was check the pedestals, so we still don't know what's there either. Now we know it can't be the flute, and we know it can't be the Cane of Samaria. It could be the boots. It could be the ice rod.
Oh yeah.
And it could be Bombos if Misery Mire isn't Bombos.
Mm-hmm. So nothing of note from the Pyramid Fairy. Gonna go ahead and get see what the bottle fill is. It is Blue Potion. Very nice. Money saved for LoaDPille.
Yeah, just what they need in this seed. Those 990 rupees, it's a good thing. Good thing he was able to keep those.
Hey, gotta save up for the college fund.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine if, Hylian cash was actually like convertible?
Oh my gosh, could retire
Play
right now.
Rando. I know. Play Rando a few times and you're set.
In a world where Monopoly money and Hylian rupees are valid forms of legal tender. We are going to see the hobo now checked from Load here. Nice recognition here.
Yeah.
From Load here.
Won't pay off, just a piece of heart. I'll be interested to see. Yeah, looks like he's going to run back out to Circle Portal and then head up to Catfish. So nicely done. No, he's going to go around. Okay. I'm going to go to Ice Palace. So we still have Catfish out there. Imagine that. I mean, it's still a play. Somehow this isn't decided yet.
And we're getting the ice play from Load.
Yeah. Interesting one. Sins, once again, low on health. He's being harassed to no end by the enemies of the Dark World. And the Light World, too, for that matter. Making sure to pick up more bombs because he's been dropping them all over Hyrule. But immediately trolled by that Stalfos. Nice fairy drop from the Pengator there for LoaDPille. He doesn't need it.
And just the map in location 1 here for Ice Palace. Let's see, it'd be a bit for our next one here. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns is going to go ahead and dive left side here. Not going to find all that much.
I'm feeling boots in Ice Palace, CD. What do you think?
I mean, Ice Rod and Ice Palace 2 times in a row seems rather cruel, so it seems right up the Seed's alley. But yeah, boots, maybe even a flute at this point.
Yeah, the flute would be an interesting one. You'd potentially have access to 5 items as long as Misery Mire was Quake. So that could be something for sure. Load going to go ahead and bomb jump here. Suddenly has lost a lot of health though. I just realized that. Oh boy. Oof, man.
Right at the very last possible opportunity there.
Yeah, that was very nearly a death and start over. Wow. SevenS1ns looking for hearts from enemies, but not getting much luck in that regard. Oh goodness. God. It's never ending for the poor guy right now. Thankfully, that's not super far from the entrance. It's not like he was all the way on the left side and didn't quite check a chest or something. But, man, it just is not letting up.
Oh, and that was the flute, evidently, from Load's perspective. I was too focused on SevenS1ns, predicaments to notice that. But so that is indeed the flute in Ice Palace for Load, and Load's going to make sure that
there's nothing else hiding.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, so good call, CD, and it does open locations, even though as a runner, you'd like to think it's not a, very nice use of Quake that won't work on the flying jellies. But still a nice demonstration against those guys. But no, I mean, you're hoping that doesn't mean you have to go into Misery Mire, but yeah, it's still some locations, so...
Yeah, for their sake, let's hope it's just Mire Shed or Checkerboard Cave at this point, but who knows? Only time will tell, honestly, here as Load is checking the Ice Tea room here. And there's a Cane of Samaria to go along with that flute. So
wow.
Your Ice Palace call did indeed pay out huge.
My goodness.
And Load is enjoying the benefits of that play to the fullest right now.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Green Pendant Ice Palace. 1 required item, 1 possibly required item, and we're still not done. And we've still got the green pendant.
Ice Palace, a critical location in both of these runners' races today. So far, it's I'll be very curious to see if that influence Load at any point, because oh my goodness.
I mean, yeah, just back to back like that.
And there's the big key for Load as well, just making absolutely certain nothing is being left behind here before presumably getting the green pendant off Cold Stare.
Two fire rod shots out of 4. And just decides to do a couple swipes. And a final fire rod shot. Okay, so at least within the palace we're done. Still got a pendant to give to Sahasrara. It'll be a little bit easier to do that with the flute too.
chat multiple occasions here addressing a potential game 3 and when it would be. As of right now, I've just checked the scheduling, and as of right now, nothing has been determined as far as when game 3 will occur. It will have to occur at some time before the end of this weekend, but that exact time has yet to be decided between the two.
I think we can safely say it will be sometime tomorrow. I highly doubt these guys are going to want to go to a third game on one day.
For SevenS1ns sanity, I certainly would assume as much.
Yeah. Load getting trolled by Ice Cube, so now he's going to have quite the challenge ahead of him. Nice double spin there to start things, but he's got a lot more to go.
And with green mail, it is just one hit and a couple of ice bonks, and you're done. So you very, very need to be incredibly cautious here.
Doing a great job.
Absolutely.
Oh, just missed out at a double hit.
Wow. Okay, so with less than 4 hearts, one hit from Cold Stare proper, and that's it for Load. So
that's true.
You need to be incredibly careful now.
It's got that blue potion. Is it worth holding on to? And now we're at 1.5, so even the Ice Cube would do it. Oh man! Somehow avoided what looked like a hit.
Oh! Not again though.
Not again. Oh my goodness.
But fairy. Okay, so all that was and it was a double KO to boot.
Wow.
So now we know why that blue potion wasn't applied. Oh man.
Wow. That's funny. All right, so SevenS1ns, unfortunately, just following Load's footsteps. The one thing that could be different, of course, is the catfish check. That's got something like the ice rod. That would be very interesting. Boots, too.
I don't know. If I'm Load, I may be doing a pedestal check now because Kane of Samaria, that only, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but that puts Vitreous into play. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. It could still be Boots or Ice Rod on there. Or a medallion. No, it couldn't be a medallion now. So, yeah. You're over here.
Oh, and yeah, and Swampwood still needs to be cleared by Load anyway, so he's going to be right in the neighborhood.
Swampwoods, you say?
Swampwoods, yeah, that's totally place. Yeah, words, they're hard. What can I say? Words.
It's the acronym being SW is the reason why everybody does that at least once.
Yeah.
Okay,
More than once
gonna
for me,
check.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Gonna check the other side of the pyramid. He has to, and it looks like maybe he is. Yep, he's headed to Catfish. Okay. Yet another opportunity.
Nope. Load nearly taking a dive to the front there, just gets out of the that black hole. Okay,
14 hearts. And yes, meanwhile, SevenS1ns.
Okay, so like Spiral Cave, if there's something of importance here, it could be a major swing. And just like Spiral Cave, it's a big 20.
Wow. Well, no rest for the weary in SevenS1ns' case. Load immediately getting the mirror out, so he's going to make this pedestal check for you, chats. Here it comes.
Moving right along.
Disappointment after disappointment.
Yes, Seven, I agree with those buzzers completely.
Exactly. Looks like he might be doing a pedestal check as well. All right, so load with... Oh, no, he's going to go south and do the Village of Outcast Titan's Mitts required stuff that Load did a little while ago. And yeah, Load's got 14 hearts. Still the Master Sword, still green mail, but should not have too many worries about this fight.
All right, here we go. Mothula versus LoaDPille. Here it comes.
There we go. Yep, using that fire rod. That slash counted. So Mothula's already at about half health. If not even a little lower. Trying to get those spins in. It can be tough sometimes when the spikes are really giving you a hard time. And took the death! From 14 hearts to 0.
God.
And used
Mothula's a monster in this seed. My
Seriously. That's 3 deaths between the 2 players now. And 1 with 14 hearts. But man, those spikes, they were just flying all over the place, weren't they?
Unfortunately for Load, yes, they were indeed, and Load may have to employ this blue potion here in order to proceed past the Hellway here.
I think he'll be
I might
able
just
to
have
get
enough
it.
with the pots, yeah, but
And killing off the Gyptos.
Hmm.
Just getting them out of the way, because you don't have the magic to use the fire rod.
Oh, and bumped into the Wall Master to boot.
Wow.
Oh, now it's Load's turn to enjoy the backside of Skull Woods. And it's not a warm welcome.
No, it's not. And chat rightly pointing out, if Load's going to do that, he really ought to use his silver arrows, because that one-shots Gyptos. Now he's just going to fire rod them, but yeah, now he's really low on magic, so he can do it with the lamp, but yeah, again, you need 8 slashes with Master Sword to even kill one of these guys. Alright, so he's fine. But now he's got to go into Mothula with like 9 hearts at the most. And no magic, almost.
I would have to assume we're going to see a blue potion expense here.
Well, especially now, taking 3 hearts of damage in that room. Okay, so 1 fire rod shot available. And he does damage with it. Still going for spin strats.
Still delaying the potion.
Yeah. Okay, getting it ready now.
No.
Okay, and now we may just see fire rod extraordinaire strats here. Yeah, already starting. Yep, here we go. And a more cooperative Mothula coming down, 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 and there you have it.
Whether or not these runners were affected by the back-to-back, I think this is the last time we're going to see either of these runners do back-to-back seeds in this tournament, regardless of what happens from here on out.
Yeah, you maybe are seeing a little bit of just overall mental tiredness, aren't you? Randomizer's demanding. I mean, it just is.
And a more effective use of the Quake from SevenS1ns, taking care of those Pen Gators with 1 usage of the medallion.
Okay, well now we're really down to Mire Shed, Checkerboard Cave, and possibly Mire itself. Let's see what the medallion is. Nope, let's not. Let's go straight into the shed.
Yep, we're looking for boots and ice rod at this point, as well as bombos. So still plenty of items on the list here. And there, at long last, we have an armor upgrade for Load and a tempered sword.
Love to see that after just being in Skull Woods on Mothula.
Yeah, sure. Better late than never, I suppose. But would have been nice earlier. But all the same, Load on his way to Checkerboard Cave. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns is on his way and going to be doing the bomb jump here.
And getting some practice with the bombs beforehand. 20 rupees. So do we have Sahasrara? Do we have... Well, what else?
Looks like Load was about to quit out, but is electing maybe to not going to go to Meyer. Okay, we're checking Graveyard Ledge perhaps.
There we go. Yeah, that's a hole. That's definitely a hole. And then... Yeah.
And then Catfish for Load. Did Load check?
Load still hasn't checked Catfish, that's true.
So it's not going to pay out, but it is. He may be chaining these two locations here.
Yeah.
Also going to ID Bumper Cave here.
Load, I think, would be pleased with boots here.
Yeah, definitely a convenient spot for them with Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb right in front of you.
Oh.
Hey, remember earlier in the sea when we just smothered you with bombs? Have some more.
Yeah, and, you know, this is... Oftentimes... It's said that you ought to just go turn in your pendant right when you get it. And this very well may be playing out for exactly the reason why that is.
Is Ether Tablet still floating out there?
It is, actually. That's a very good point. That's just a check you don't want to make.
That's another orphan just out in the middle of nowhere like that, yeah.
Based on where the book was, I don't think, logically, you ever could have routed Ether Tablet with anything else. So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that could be just the seed just being more rude. SevenS1ns getting his flute out of the Friezo room here and checking the big key chest and getting just a small key here.
Alright, where's he gonna head now? To 5, so the pendant check.
And it looks like we are going to get the green pendant turned in here. Or are we going to also see Eastern Palace? No, because I believe Eastern Palace was fully cleared here. So this is just a Sahasrara check now from Load. Oh, and Armos, I am being informed by our tracker, and there's Bombos. That is access to Meyer and Turtle Rock right there behind Green Pendant. So that is a huge find here, and we'll see where Load decides to go with this now. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns electing to not complete Ice Palace as well. So that is unfortunately another step in the wrong direction for SevenS1ns. Meanwhile, Load is getting dead rocked here. And still not able to continue onward. This, okay, there we go. So Seven's decision to not see Ice Palace through to collect the green pendant is unfortunately
yeah,
going to set him back even more at this point, unfortunately. Load got Bombos from Sahasrara, which allows him access to Turtle Rock and Misery Mire if necessary. And oof, it's going to take a lot to get SevenS1ns back in it at this point.
And it's also it was kind of like the last play SevenS1ns could have made would have been on Mire, whereas Loads decided I just need to go to Turtle Rock immediately and hope the Ice Rod is in there. So yeah, it's just a shame.
Very impressive spamming by SevenS1ns, I gotta say.
Yeah, not bad.
We get it. So once again, Load is gambling Ice Rod and Turtle Rock here. I mean, understand. I can definitely see it here. I mean, it's there's just so much here at Turtle Rock, and it's not many places left, honestly. So I certainly have no problem with this play whatsoever.
No. Especially as we talked about, I mean, we're an hour 42 minutes in. I don't think Load advantage, so he's probably making a play that he feels is out of necessity. Turns out that couldn't be farther from the truth right now. But it's totally understandable. Gotta be careful here, though.
Lack of boots certainly making itself known with the roller room right now, and there's another heart and a refill here. That blue mail certainly appreciated here in Turtle Rock for sure. Everything in here practically hits like a truck.
Yeah, that it does.
There's the big key, which is nice to have, but as of right now, Trinex still unable to be defeated at this point until we come across that Ice Rod.
Oh, man. Use the Cane of Burna. Well. Ah!
Oh!
Thought
Okay.
for a second he'd gotten away, but...
No.
And see, now he's feeling even more panicked.
Yeah, I'm sure he's... Yeah, he probably think... I wouldn't be... He probably thinks he's pretty far behind right now, honestly.
Quite possibly. What a seed this has been. What a number it has done on both runners.
I don't think I'd be ready for round 3 even after 24
Tomorrow,
hours. After
I know.
this.
Forget it. Well, we're getting an ether tablet check, so I mean, we know
one more
he's gonna have
swing
to go
potential
back.
here for 7. Yeah,
A little bit. I mean, we do know he has to go back to Ice Palace, which is going to be the last thing he wants to do.
Trying to find any chance 7 has here, and this would be a good start.
Hey, a fire shield.
Hey, it's not 20 rupees for once. Hey, what do you know?
It was red, but
there you go.
Eventually. Well, yeah, and I guess Armos has an item. So, he's checking things that Load hasn't. if Ice Rod is here, it might be a long time till Load goes there. Because he'll want to go to where Bombos would take him, probably.
Yeah. And with Pedestal de-incentivized, pendant bosses are the last thing on your agenda, frankly.
True. Green goo on the lava island, and Load's gonna get some magic back.
Load getting ready to bomb the exit here and check Mimic Cave before progressing further into Turtle Rock. And just another heart container at the Mimic Cave, so Load is going to take that and move further into TR here. Meanwhile, I hope he didn't blink, because down went the Armos Knights with SevenS1ns of Silver Arrows. And not what we're looking for to go along with the red pendant there. Okay, so we are looking. There's a small key and hopefully an ice rod in the laser bridge for Load's sake. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns is going to go ahead now and revisit Ice Palace to collect the green pendant. Which that's definitely in SevenS1ns' best interest at this point to get the required Bombos medallion from Sahasrara. All right, we have the laser bridge here. Nice use of the hook shot to take care of that mini Helmosaur there. And here we go. But the Red Jelly has other plans. Okay, Load's going to go ahead and set up this exit here. Now, is he going to mirror? It looks like he's about to mirror out. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this particular routing variance here. Very, very interesting play here from Load to get some safety fairies here. Now, this is a pretty optimistic. This is assuming that you're about to find Ice Rod here, so very solid play. That's a new one on me, actually. And bottom laser bridge chest is the compass. There's the small key. There's the Magic Cape, we know Bumper Cave isn't what we're looking for, and there's just a big 20. So TR coming up empty both times now for load as far as the Ice Rod is concerned. So load, having completed Turtle Rock, coming up empty as far as an Ice Rod nor boots, and is on to the next thing on his list, which appears to be Misery Mire. Meanwhile, SevenS1ns is about to enter the Cold Stare fight and once finally collect the much-needed green pendant.
Hey! Apologies, we had a power outage over here.
Oh, great. Perfect timing for that. Yikes.
Yeah, it really was.
And Load would like to use Bombos, but doesn't have the magic to do so, and is going to need to refill with a green pot.
So I almost feel like the seed is even leaking over into the commentators' lives.
I'm checking over my shoulder right now. Okay. Okay, good. I appear not to be in the middle of a break-in, at least. That's a good thing. Very good.
Well, that's good. That was a great cold stare for me to join right back onto. So Load didn't find Ice Rod.
No, there was the Magic Cape, and that's as far as items are concerned. Small Key and Compass, I mean, hey. Yeah. And Armos Knights was attempted from SevenS1ns and came up empty there as well. Just an error upgrade, if memory serves.
Okay, so it's pretty much then gotta be Ice Rod in Mire?
Or Boots.
Or Boots to lead to it.
Or, heck, even Powder if we want to get super trolly about this.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yep, SevenS1ns finds that Bombos, which... bummer. I mean, the way it's playing out, it wouldn't have really mattered had he done that in the first place or not, but... And yep, he's going straight to Turtle Rock, which... There's
your boots in Mire. Now is Logan is gonna go ahead and bow out with that being discovered, with that opening up desert and a number of overworld locations.
I'm really surprised by this play by Seven because, I mean, you have to make an outlandish play now. You have to, and it has to pay off, of course. So to go straight to Turtle Rock, I don't know. I just don't agree with that move.
So at long last, we can collect this Desert Palace Big Key, and I'm sure Ice Rod Ice Rod's got to be somewhere in here, right? We got to have some mercy at some point, right?
Well, and wouldn't it be something if it's not just in here, but it's in the right side chest, which you could have stolen a key for?
Oh, that's so true. Yes, with a small key buried inside of the big key there. The big key chest, rather.
It's such a rare play to be worth it, but when it is, it can be just the most bizarre value. And in this case, that value is essentially avoiding a Turtle Rock double dip. I mean, it wasn't a required Turtle Rock double dip, but you would have put away any thoughts of it if that's how it turns out. Map, though. So
Ice Rod or Compass? Let's see.
Yeah.
Big 20. Yeah, that's about right. That's in line with the way the seed is played out. Anything exciting? Big 20.
Yeah, definitely fits. Let's see. So yeah, Pilla's just gonna walk around rather than go through the dungeon. Cutting it close. Cutting it very close, but wow. Oh, stuck in the rock. Got the other one. There you go. Don't think that portal's available anymore, but no big deal. Well, if you guys wanted a lot of Randomizer, you came to the right place today.
Definitely wanted a lot of randomizer. I don't know if I wanted a lot of this randomizer,
Yeah.
but you don't get to. That's the thing with random. You don't get to pick. It's just
No.
whatever gets generated for you. That's what you're stuck with, for better or for worse. So with Tempered Sword and Silver Arrows, this should be a pretty accelerated Landmo fight. Unfortunately, all of them survived the first cycle.
Curse time! Alright, there we go. There we go.
Nice recovery there, and down goes Landmo, and there's your compass in Desert Palace.
Just unreal. Is the ice rod in Mire?
I mean, it's either that or a shovel or powder is at this point.
I guess we've got Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb now.
That is true. Yes, we do.
But it's just unbelievable.
SevenS1ns collecting his green goo from the vanilla big key chest of Turtle Rock here. And we are going to get some Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb checks from Load here. I gotta say, if either of these runners didn't have Ice Rod Onks before, they certainly do now after today. Holy cow. Just an arrow capacity upgrade under the Bonk Rocks.
Jeez. It's just... Oh.
There's your powder, Magic. So let's see what Magic Bat has. Why don't we?
Come on!
I know this is not possible since this is a race ROM, but I would die to see the how high the playthrough counter goes up as far as the sphere number.
Seriously.
And meanwhile,
Oh.
Load upsetting the locals on his way to the Magic Bat.
Yeah, imagine both these runners had a mushroom very early, so they were tempted to turn it in, rightfully so. A fake powder early. And 20 rupees, what?
Meyer, anyone?
Unbelievable.
So that bow out of Meyer, assuming that that is indeed the resting place of this ice rod, I mean...
And incredibly, if SevenS1ns had gone straight to Meyer and gotten both items out, we might have a semblance of a race here.
Yeah, chat already getting on with it. Shovel in Meyer for the maximum troll. Which at this point, I'm not willing to doubt it at this point. Goodness.
Why not?
Let's just turn that knob all the way to 11. Why don't we?
This is just unbelievable. Yeah. Load already went that way, didn't he? So change the orientation of the crystal in here and check a couple more chests. Not even going to go left at first.
There it is.
Unbelievable. 1 hour, 59 minutes, 51 seconds. LoaDPille enters go mode. Still with Turtle Rock to do, but just run to the end. There are no words for this, CD.
No, there are certainly not, other than the absolute relief that is washing over me that I did not have to participate in this seed. Oh my gosh, this has been quite the struggle, understandably so from both of these runners. And I got to be curious. I don't know. I personally don't, but if either of these runners have the race room in front of them, they got to be wondering how is the other participant not done by now?
Exactly. Just incredible. And it figures too that it was Load's very next check once he finally came back to Meyer. That was the ice rod.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done that in about 25 seconds.
So if Load didn't feel like he was already way behind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does. You're absolutely correct.
I mean, if I'm Load, I'm thinking I'm about to do my last, Ganon's Tower ascension of this tournament. And little does he know that it's completely the opposite right now.
Any second now, going to see that done in the race chat, and yet here we are. Unbelievable.
Now let's see if Seven has a similar play here, or if he sticks it out.
So far, so good. Okay,
there's the boots.
Keep going.
And no! And honestly, it's hard to fault him on it. Him and Load. Any excuse you can to get out of Meyer and check.
Now he's...
No?
He was thinking about it. Like, oh, maybe...
now comboing right into Desert Palace, which makes sense.
It does. But... It does. Of course it does.
Oh.
Oh, man.
So, for those that have tuned in the last hour, this has been quite the ordeal for SevenS1ns here in Game 2. And it's just getting from bad to worse here for SevenS1ns here. Having multiple deaths at both Skull, Woods, and Thieves Town in the early stages. Just throwing him completely off, presumably, and just Ice Rod being buried like this.
Yeah.
It's just, what an ordeal this has been for both of these runners.
Yeah, ordeal is a strong word, and yet it doesn't even feel like that quite captures it. It's been that bad. Now, Load's going to be on 8 hearts, going to Trinex, with no half magic and blue mail. Boss fights have been an adventure sometimes.
Absolutely. The one saving grace is that he has tempered swords, so doesn't need to employ hammer strats here, but still need to be exercise some modicum of caution here.
Oh, missed the third. Oh, no, he didn't. Huh. For some reason, I thought he missed the third slash. Got it, and makes quick work of the ice head, too, so... Piece of cake? What was I talking about?
Now let's make sure that phase 2 gets taken care of first. Okay. Oh, okay. There
yeah, easy.
Very good. I take nothing for granted this one.
Right now, that's justified. Oh boy. Burrito and Ganon's Tower. Hey.
So at long last, we can now go ahead and initiate our guessing game. Feel free to put your guesses in the chat between 1 and 22. Where will this big key be located at this point? If it's not 22, I am going to be shocked.
Yeah, I'm going to guess 3 because I'm going to believe that Load is about to do the first 2 chests on the right, get a key from one of them, and then do Tile Room immediately. And that's where it'll be. What do you think, CD?
I can see it. I went ahead and threw an 18 because I apparently am just I just hate these runners. Apparently, I don't know. I just threw out a number, but we will soon find out here. If you are a subscriber to any of the Speed Gaming Network channels or have donated at least 250 bits, you are eligible to have your successes archived on our leaderboard. And we have Load entering Ganon's Tower here at just under 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Goodness gracious.
You know, sub 2 is a goal to achieve for. Sub 2 go mode, not so much, but that's what it was. And we do have no right side. So if it is Tile Room, then wow. So it's not going to be 1 or 2, just 3 will be the torch here.
Sin's just having a long pray, and why not? Why not? I think he may have just called it a day, or maybe he's just taking a break, which, why not? Why not?
So Hart collected off the torch. Say goodbye to Bob as we go and check these next 4 locations here. There is a small key, followed by yet another small key. Let's go for the whole set. There's the...
Nope.
And a shield and a compass.
It's definitely not stream lag, incidentally, chat, because we're still hearing the music. So SevenS1ns has just decided to take a break. And now we get Load's sound. All right, now Seven's ready.
Roy just hogging the spotlight.
That's right. Back into Meyer, so at least he's making that play. Maybe he just went and grabbed a beer, you know.
Justly deserved.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably want to grab something a tad stronger, honestly, but who am I to judge? We Load continuing on now to see what we have, where we can find this big key. Not going to be there. I believe we're on 8 checks now, so these will be 9 through 12, I think. Counting's hard.
Oh my goodness. We're still going. SevenS1ns actually going all the way to Vitreous. Just
okay. So we're on 13, so it's going to be a 14 or higher at this point for Load. I said counting's hard.
Hey.
Especially after all this. Holy cow.
Exactly. What are numbers at this point?
Speed.
Loving SevenS1ns' decision, incidentally, to just kill Vitreous.
Oh, gosh.
What difference does it make? He knows it, so it's time to just, you know, hey, Bob's chest.
Hey.
Ooh, did he get the spooky action? No. He's such the game.
$14 is the guess for this seed, and congratulations to W. Adoy for the correct call. Very nicely done. think one other effect from this, I am never going to complain about any one of my seeds ever again at this point because, man, I don't. This is something else right here.
We
Oh
have
my
witnessed
gosh.
something that is a true crime against humanity today.
We are staring into the abyss, and that abyss is staring right back at us right now.
Now, does SevenS1ns make a triple dip into mire? No. He does, yeah, he does have all the pendants now. So we're headed for a blind pedestal pull. Load checked it, but not SevenS1ns, so...
Well, as much as I hate, well, his rupee, I was going to comment on his 7-Eleven rupee count, but he just got mugged out of that. So at this point, the 20 rupees he's about to gain is going to have no impact.
There it is. As LoaDPille heads toward Landmolus 2, SevenS1ns finds big 20 on the pedestal. Time to get angry.
Time to deface this monument. And what's crazy is he's technically still not lost. I mean, we're still going here.
All right, headed back to mire.
I mean, as the timer just keeps on ticking and no one's still declaring as done, I have to think SevenS1ns is just going to reflect back on the early phases of this and just get further and further annoyed at what transpired here.
Well, it's just one of those that you have to forget.
Oh,
It's
for
as simple
sure.
Is that sometimes it's not your day, sometimes it's not your race. And yeah, everything conspiring against him from the start.
I have to wonder if this was just just like a random race on SRL or whatever. How long ago would have the .quit hit from SevenS1ns?
Yeah.
It could have been before the hour mark, honestly.
Quite possibly, yeah.
And there's the ice rod once and for all for Seven, achieving go mode at 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 20 seconds.
All right, LoaDPille to Moldworm 2.
Spin and a slash.
2 spins works too. And keeping in mind, LoaDPille is real nervous right now.
Oh gosh, he's got to be thinking at any minute now. If he's watching the race room, if he's not watching the race room, he's probably just assumed he's just making his way to the finish line here as to finally close this race out. Little does would he know that he's on his way to the finish line to be the victor here.
Yeah. Oof. This pattern. There we go. That's... Oh, man. Nearly got that double in.
Oh.
Yeah, slashes are tough. It's tough to get them lined up. There we go. There's one, and nearly the double. Just missing by a pixel or two.
This has to be fatigue at this point, I think.
Oh, it's clearly, and some of these aren't the best patterns. Switching to spins, I think, was a good move. And here's an opportunity for a double to finish it off. Yeah.
So LoaDPille, not a moment too soon, entering the Ganon fight, just short of 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Hopefully be able to make... Whoa. That was quite the warp glitch by Ganon. Don't think I've ever seen him go that high. Alright, so that's enough for phase 2.
And sure, this seems just about right.
It really does. It really does.
It's not 37, but, you know. Well, it may add up to 37. Goodness.
Well, now the number is 4. Silver arrows. And that's 2 out of 4.
One more hit to finally put this seed to bed.
And there it is! Chats, that was an adventure, and GG to LoaDPille.
Finishing with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 59 seconds. LoaDPille evens up the series at 1 apiece.
Man, oh man. What do you even say? Well, one thing you do say is, due to scheduling, we're going to have to move on to the next race here on Speed Gaming very soon, because this hellish seed ran so quickly. Or ran so slowly, rather. We're waiting to see if we can get an interview with either runner quickly, but we're not going to be able to...
And we are now joined by the victor of this race, LoaDPille. Congratulations on evening up the series and honestly just getting the seed over with regardless of the result.
Thank you. Oh my god, what a seed. Oh my god. And I really, it was not my best play. And I win. What the hell? That must be my play. Oh my god. I thought, okay, I got the boots, so I go out and clear everything with the boots. And Ice Rod will be somewhere there. And then it's in Mystery Maya. Oh my god.
Yeah, let me just ask, did you have the race room up while doing this seed just now?
Yes, of course. And I looked so much right. I looked at it and then I thought, oh my god, it's happening right now. And I was so nervous in the Egger fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm not sure if we're going to have the opportunity to get SevenS1ns in here or not, but I would like to have him go over it. But this was a struggle from both of you guys, honestly, and it was quite. I mean, even before the trolley seeds happened, there was it was crazy from the get-go. It's hard to even put into words exactly all that went down in this race from both of you guys. So honestly, just congratulations just for even finishing the seed, regardless of your position. Obviously good for you to force game 3, obviously, but honestly, this seed was one for the ages, regardless. So once again, you have my congratulations, and a well-deserved break is in order before game 3, I would imagine.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I have to do a break now. I'm so tilted right now.
All right, we have just a few more minutes here. Let me see what we can do to get. Let me see if we can bring in the runner that's currently finishing on stream right now. Give me just a few moments, guys. SevenS1ns. Wow, that just happened. Congratulations on even finishing the seed, sir. That was quite an ordeal, and I just leave the floor to you.
So is there a way to like print this out and then get a copy of it so I can like make a video out of smashing it or something? That's, you know, turn it into like a Mothula figurine with this seed number on it, so that I can burn it.
All right.
That'd be great.
Yeah. We don't have a whole lot of time due to scheduling here, so yeah. We could go on for a half hour on this, quite honestly.
I just want to say, GG Load, that was man. I can't believe we got this seed, man.
GG to you.
Yeah. Congrats on you know. I even if you're ahead in this seed, you feel behind. Like I was ready to forfeit pretty much like 45 minutes for the last 45 minutes. So
I was just about to. I was saying as we were finishing out, if this were an SRL seed, at what time would you have dot quitted on this one? I imagine I was wondering even within the first hour. Quite honestly, this was
wow. I don't even want to. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is this seed. All right, that'll be all.
Okay, so guess what? Y'all get to do this again within the next 24 hours. So you're looking mighty forward to that.
Yeah.
Maybe an ice rod will be in play. Who knows? But any other thoughts on either game 1 or on how this series has progressed for you guys at this point, and where you guys find yourselves now with deciding game 3 looming on the horizon?
The ice rod is gonna troll us. I'm just ready for it. It's gonna happen again. It happened in number 1. It's gonna happen in number 2.
Yeah. It trolled me twice, so it will be third time. So okay.
But yeah, outside of that, I don't know. I've never been this triggered. I tried to recover from being triggered, and I kind of did. Like I stopped being angry for the last hour, but then I had to go to the bathroom. And I went AFK at the Desert Palace.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. We kind of wondered maybe you were grabbing a beer too.
But yeah, GG, and looking forward to the rerun tomorrow.
Yeah, GG to you.
Well, guys, 2 games in, we have unfortunately not decided anything. Game 3 will take place at some point tomorrow. That is yet to be determined. I'm sure you guys will be figuring that out here in the near future. We are about to get underway with yet another race here on this very channel between Kyong92 and Ozapone. So stay tuned for that. Justin, any final thoughts? Anything you want to conclude this with before we step aside?
I think
sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say kudos to not forfeiting as commentators because this season is not worth watching.
I have to admit, I think I'm going to be experiencing some secondhand PTSD from this in and of itself. But hey, nothing compared to actually having to do this as a runner. So again, my heart and sympathies go out to the both of you, and good luck tomorrow in Game 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, agreed. This seed had everything, and it even started spilling over to us commentators. I'm now on my phone because of the second power outage this seed has caused in my building. So
I may or may not have called the dungeon a Skull Palace or a Swamp Woods. I'm not sure which at this point. But,
Yeah.
In any case, good luck, guys, and looking forward to what Game 3 has in store, for better or for worse.
All right, and stay tuned, everybody. More rando action coming your way just about right now. So stick around and we'll get some more going for you.
Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks again, Justin, and to Michael K for tracking. And guys, stay tuned. Next race is imminent. But before I leave you, let's go ahead and give SevenS1ns the call he so deserves for seeing this through. Ganon just about to fall to SevenS1ns' silver arrows here. And once again, GG's to SevenS1ns for completing the seed. I guess we kind of spoiled that for having him in on the interview, but once again, props to SevenS1ns and to Load for finishing the seed. Seven will finish with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 45 seconds. GG's to SevenS1ns, and Game 3 will be coming up later this weekend. I will now bid you all adieu and enjoy the upcoming race here between Kyung and Ozapong. Thanks a lot, guys.